I have my cheat sheets with me to give me courage. I'm going to repeat something I did about maybe a year or 6 months ago, because we have a lot of new people and we all need this anyhow, because tax season is coming up. Okay, I'm going to talk to you about worry. Worry never climbed a hill. Worry never paid a bill. Worry never dried a tear. Worry never calmed a fear. Worry never darned a heel. Worry never cooked a meal. Worry never leads a horse to water. Worry never did the thing you order. And now we'll have a little prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, be with us today at our meeting at Monsanto. Give us the strength to do the right things. Whoops. Let us look forward to the future with joy. Amen.
Doesn't she do a nice job? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to interrupt a roll call and talk to you all for a few minutes. I have a letter here from this young lady that's sitting there. She says that she is going to resign. She's going to resign at the end, March the 10th. I'm needing a secretary. I have spoken to several of you, and you all smile so sweetly and say no. But I'm hoping that you will think about this, that you will discuss it with the existing secretary, and decide that you can fill in for her for the rest of the year with us. That's the first thing. I have a piece of paper here, and if anybody wants to put their name on it, I'll call them and talk to them about it, and so we can decide kind of what happens. The second thing, Marge McCammon has lived here a while. She's been head of the library. She's was on her floor as a chairman, and she told me today that she has resigned and that she can't do either job. So please keep her in your thoughts and prayers. She doesn't get out a lot, but if you want to give her a phone call, well, I'm sure she would be delighted for you to do it. The third thing, I want to think about a nominating committee for starting next year. I'd like to have 3 people that would like to be on the nominating committee. That's also up here too on this piece of paper. So if anybody wishes to sign, I'm going to keep reminding you. So think about that also. 2 things you all have to think about. Ooh.
Roll call. Okay, just to kind of tap onto what Emily has said, this is a resident council, and I think it's very important for us to maintain as residents. And many of you have already served. Some of you are not in a position to serve, and that's quite understandable. I will say 2 things about this position. You do need to be able to hear what's happening with ease so that you can take notes while it's going on. Because sometimes it is hard to hear up here, just like it's hard to hear out there. And I'm fortunate that I can do that most of the time. But secondly, if you are in a position and you're just like, I don't really want to do that, this is really a service to the community that I would really encourage you to consider, because this is a resident council. In order for the residents, for all of us to be informed and to know what's going on with the community. And all of our staff take time out of their time, their day's got plenty of stuff to do, but they take time to be here and to communicate with us and to answer questions. So if it is something that you would be able to do, please consider it. When I volunteered, there was nobody else who volunteered. So if you do, you may be the only one, but everybody will be very grateful. Okay. And as some of you know, and some of you don't, especially if you're new, obviously I'm Carrie, I'm the current secretary. Emily is our current president, and Gwen is our current vice president. Okay, first I'm going to do roll call, please. Karen Reagan, Lois Goebel, Edwina Waddington, Cindy Palchik, Joyce Gamble, Maria Villaverde. Yay, did I say it right, Maria? I'm working on my Spanish. Betty Griffith. Betty, no. Bonnie Schippert. Oh, Betty raised her hand. Okay, sorry, I can't look up and mark on my paper at the same time. That I cannot do. Bonnie Schippert. Didn't hear Bonnie. Okay. Bernice Richards. Barbara Kerr. Ann Olson. Anna Creamer. Nelda Thielen. I thought I saw Nelda, maybe not. Rebecca Roth. Oh, she's excused. Dawn Swinson. Martha Blackburn. Carolyn Cox. And Mary Lombardo. Okay.
Somebody's raising their hand already.
Yeah, I can't see you raise your hand while I'm writing.
Oh, okay. I'm also going to stop a minute. Crystal, would you like to come up and talk about wellness? Sorry, we're having to interrupt our agenda, but it's my privilege to do.
It was open to all residents as we had our free January membership for wellness in January. The challenge consists of a point system. You earn 1 point if you participate in senior sports like chair volleyball or brain games. You got 2 points if you attended any of our wellness exercise classes, and 3 points if you brought a friend to a class that had never been to that class. So, with 72 wellness exercise classes offered for the month, 4 volleyball games, and 4 brain games, you had a total of 78 opportunities to gain points. We have the winners for the most points earned. So we'll start with coming in third place, and I know he's not here, but with 60 points earned, we have Richard Stem. So that's his prize. So we'll give that to him when he comes back. Okay, coming in second with a total of 75 points is Lois Goebel. Woo! Hey, and coming in first place with a total of 84 points is Pam Hitchcliffe, and she has her crown and everything.
Hold it to my mouth, okay. For everything they've done with this wellness thing, they're very open to changing the schedule, to adding new things, to taking things off, doing whatever we want to do, and they're really, really appreciated. They're very patient. Like if it takes me 5 minutes to get down on the mat, and I say, oh, I forgot my weights, they run and get them for you and stuff. And just a couple things about some of the games and things. Hold it to my mouth, okay. A lot of people don't come to cardio dance because they think it's going to be too hard or they're going to look like a fool. My dance skills stopped when I did the hokey pokey and the bunny hop. So I still love the class. It's just a lot of fun and no one's there to make fun of you. And recently they gave us lessons in Spanish dancing, 5 different dances. I could give you a little merengue, but you'd probably all hate the genre. The volleyball is a lot of fun. If people come, it's great. And I hear there are going to be scouts around looking for us. So, and cardio drumming is a lot of fun. just the rhythm and everything, and then maybe thinking of the IRS as you pound or something like that, or your neighbor who's too noisy. But they've just done such a wonderful job, and we really appreciate them so much. And just one other thing about library. I don't know if you all know it, but we are making copies of the crossword puzzle and the Sudoku, and they'll be they'll be on the desk, so you don't need to take it home or rip it out or do them at the thing on the actual paper. So that's going to be a big improvement. And that's all.
Well, thank you for being our number one attendee. So just to kind of give you an idea too, since our January challenge, our class attendance has increased to about 16 to 14 people per class. We've included an increase in the male attendance too. So guys, come on in. It's for everybody. And then our wellness memberships have also increased from about 52 members to about 67. And that's not including community members. We've increased and got 3 more community members. And those are people from the outside that aren't residents. They can also pay a membership, come to our classes, come to the gym as well. And then just real quick, I'll just be kind of brief. This February, we do have that February challenge in the foyer area over there by the gift shop. And it's called Heart to Heart Walking Challenge because February is the month that we're supposed to be heart awareness and be healthy. So the whole point is for you to pick a friend or someone you don't know very well, ask them if they'd like to go for a walk with you. I have some different questions so you can get nosy up in their business and get to know who they are. And then once you guys complete your walk, you pick out a little heart and put your name on it. And then there's different jars. There's one for 5 minutes, 15, or 20 plus. And then at the end, so coming for our wellness seminar on February 26th, we'll draw a name and give a prize for that too. And so we'll also have a guest speaker for that wellness seminar about heart health. So come on by. It's going to be fun. He has a new approach to it. It's kind of like a game show that we'll be doing and giving you some good information about heart health. And that'll be February 26th at 3:30 here in the chapel too. That's a Thursday. Okay, well, thank you everybody for joining our challenges and being part of wellness. If you're not part of wellness and you want to know more about it, come see Ruth and I, and we could show you around. You could always try any of our classes for the first time and see if you like them too, for free, okay? All right, thanks.
Thank you both for being here. All right, do we have any new residents to be introduced? No? Okay. I guess it's staff.
Awesome. Before I get into the few items I have someone that I want to introduce to you. So we have Brian Woods. Go ahead. Yeah, you're fine. He is our new director of therapy over on the healthcare side. The reason I have him here is because he's been here a little over a month. And he is working very hard on getting the outpatient open. So I'll let him talk a little bit.
Well, hello, I'm Brian. I've been a physical therapist assistant for about 15 years. I've been working in nursing homes mostly. That's where most of my experience comes from. I just transitioned over here last month, and I see a huge need here for potential therapy with you all. And that could be anything as small as I have pain in my lower back, or I'm not walking as well as I used to. I want to get up and running maybe in the next 60 days or so where we can start seeing you guys for therapy as well. I would like to assimilate maybe with the wellness program that you guys already have going. And I don't want to change anything that you're already doing. I just want to improve and make better if possible. That's all I want to do with you all as well. If you have pain in your lower back, if you're not walking as far as you once were, if you're not going to the restroom as well as you once were, we can try and mitigate those things before they become much worse and maybe potentially keep you out of the hospital, because what happens when your function starts decreasing? We fall. We end up just doing something that we felt like we could 6 months ago, and we're not able to do it now. But we might be able to intervene and help you maintain that level of function and keep you out of the hospital, or even better, just keep you happy at home. And so our something I've always really prided myself with is aging in place. And so everyone always ended up to me at the nursing home, and they would always end up at the nursing home, and they didn't want to necessarily be there. So maybe we can intervene and keeping your function at the level you are now, and make sure that you stay at the level of function that you are now, so that you don't have to deal with those problems in the future. I have a ton of ideas and a ton of thoughts, but I have no plan. So moving forward, that's going to be the thought process, is just trying to come up with a plan on how to meet you all. That's why I wanted to get up in front of you today and just kind of so that you could see my face and see, let's just start thinking about things that we might be able to help you with. I'm more than willing to speak to any one of you individually and see if there's anything that we can do to help you. It just might not be able to be immediately. I just wanted to get the those marbles rolling inside and saying, well, I might be able to work on this, I might be able to work on that, and just introduce myself. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Want to keep this?
So the question was, do we have to go through insurance for this? So right now, there's nothing in place for that. What we're working on is the staff that we need to start incorporating the independent living and the healthcare side together. So we need a few more staff members, and then once that is finalized and everybody's in their place, then we will roll out the actual outpatient process and actually have a receptionist waiting for you guys to help you through that.
But the short answer would be yes, when we get to that point, yes. Someone else had a question. Someone else is raising their hand. No? Well, if you don't have any questions now and you have some later, please let me know. I'm available to you all. So it was very nice meeting you all, and I hope to speak to you all soon. Oh, sure. My office is way in the back. They put me in the back of the whole building. Yeah, over on the healthcare side. Yes, ma'am, on the first floor. Do you know where the therapy gym is? Yeah, if it's located near somewhere in the courtyard in the back. What would that be? The southeast corner of the courtyard? Yeah, so my office is located there, and if you want to come on in and stop by, I'll be available. Tuesdays and Thursdays are my best days, but stop by anytime and I'll speak to y'all.
We appreciate you being here.
Of course, of course.
You can come anytime. You want to come every month.
Sure.
The second Monday to talk to us.
Yeah, I'm more than willing. Whatever y'all need, I want to just make sure everyone does well and stays well. That's my goal. Thank you very much, all. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, so you guys excited about outpatient? Good thing? Good. So I just have a couple things to go over. So I'm sure most of you remember last month we talked about a rebate, correct? So all of that will reflect on your statement in March. So everything, I'm working through the process of how it shows in PCC, but everybody will get a $300 discount credit from your rent in March. Your statement that you'll receive in March. Okay? Any questions on that? For the rebate is for the internet. The internet issues that we've been having, because we're going on 14 months. It hasn't been 7 years, not yet. So because of all the internet issues that we've been having, the frustration, everything like that, everybody will have a $300 credit towards their rent for the statement in March.
Isn't that great? Hey!
I have also talked to Kevin if this continues doing another rebate down the road as well. So that is on the back of his mind. We did get an update about the internet, but I'm going to let Mark kind of explain that because it's fiberware and I'm not techie. I'm not going to explain it correctly. The other thing that we are working on is move-in specials. I know Perla is probably going to touch on it, but we have 23 open apartments. So we are going to work on having a move-in special for both the current residents, if they refer a new incoming resident, and for residents coming in to have a discount towards their rent. So we're looking at both options, okay? The other thing that I have is the construction. So Romo and his team have come back as of last week. They are working between us and Princeton. So they are in Princeton in the morning and us in the afternoon. What they're going to be doing is focusing on the mailroom, getting the mailroom finished and properly put together. They are slowly working on dimming all of the lights. They've been working in the dining room. They're also going to work on the receptionist area, dimming the lights, and the lights in here. The other items that they're going to work on is a sink and wellness. So that will be placed back in there. And then we actually did a walkthrough of the sliding glass door installation this morning. So when Romo is back next week, he will be meeting with our door company and planning all of that out to start the construction for that. That is really all the updates I have.
I just wanted to ask, because it's been weeks or months since we've had drinking water at the wellness center. When will that be available?
I'm going to be working on that this week.
I'm not sure if you're the right one, but thank you for getting the ice machine working.
That was Romo and his team. That was the main priority I told him to do on Monday. The water and ice machine in the courtyard cafe.
Abby, in regard to the lighting, the areas that they're working on dimming, can the library also be a part of that?
Yes, I can have him add that to the list as well.
What about, that section along the sidewalk when we get out from the main door that's really still dug out? As a matter of fact, as I said, I already fell, and it was, not a great experience. And I was asking to have a ramp or something put on, So
the area of concern is right as you walk out of the gift shop area. They are working on the concrete, the parking lot essentially, and there is a gap when you guys go up that handicap access. So Mike and his team are trying to figure out what we can put in place there to make it easier for you guys to access that ramp. They are still talking about redoing the parking lot, but that's not something that's come up within the last couple weeks.
Someone asked me to ask about, the lighting in the parking lot. Is that something they're looking at?
Yeah, the lighting is part of it as well. They're wanting to brighten the lights, but for that we have to pull in, the name is escaping me. Yeah, so that's going to take more preparation for us for the lights and coordination that we have to work through. But that is part of the discussion.
And then I wanted to ask about cloth napkins.
No, I don't want to talk about cloth napkins. So we are actually going to change our process for the cloth napkins. We are going to start doing them in-house versus having an external vendor do them. So I finalized some colors with Dominic of the ones that we're gonna purchase for over here and on the healthcare side. So once those get in and washed, then we will start putting them out on the tables. No. So the tablecloths, or not tablecloths, but the linen in general, we'll have a couple tablecloths probably for special occasions, but the linens will be done in-house instead of having an external vendor keep doing them.
We got a door drop recently about cars being moved in the parking lot, and it was very hard to tell from that map which cars need to be moved. So, and also that was supposed to start tomorrow. Is it really going to start tomorrow?
Yep, we will have a big giant crane in our parking lot tomorrow.
So,
Change the date on me.
Okay, well, we don't need to know lots of details about that, except just which spaces need to be cleared up.
The biggest
Or-
factor that this will play into is the gate that you exit onto San Mateo will not be accessible while the crane is here on site. You'll have to use the exit gate that's over here. You won't be able to use the exit gate on San Mateo for that day. You can still drive in on this entrance gate. Yes. Okay, Mike's going to go over more details of that. Sure, Mark has an update. We are working on getting a new cappuccino machine because that one kind of died on us.
I think we're using it while it was dead. That's how bad that thing was. So once we get a cappuccino machine, which they're working on, we won't be bringing back donut day, but we'll be bringing back a coffee clutch. So if you've been here as long as I have for a couple decades, we did coffee clutch for many, many years. I believe that means German for sit down and gather and talk or something like that. So I'm not too German, as you can tell. But we're going to bring back coffee clutch, and what we're going to do there is we're going to have pastries made in-house. We're going to have fruit platters and yogurts and stuff. So something a little bit more healthy, but we'll still have the sinful stuff on the side. So the kitchen's going to be prepping stuff. I think we're going to do it twice a month. We're not going to do it every week. We'll still gather in the courtyard. We'll have the cappuccino machine. We're supposed to do some special coffees, but we'll have like special pastries. He'll do donuts sometimes and, different kind of danishes and stuff like that. But we're going to grow it a little bit and make it a little bit nicer for you guys. Okay, except for the Dunkin' Donut fans are probably like, no. I don't know when. Well, as soon as we get the machine in, we'll be right behind it to just open up and start coffee clutch again. Okay.
When the library's put back together, is it going to have a computer there and a wastebasket?
Yes, there will actually be 2 computers in the library. So there is that new desk that got installed. There will be 2 desks on that station. And I will get you a trash can. There will not be a printer. We actually had a vendor come out on Friday and give us a proposal. So Mike and I are looking at all the proposals to get them in here and get them fixed. It was a bigger project than we anticipated.
Is there any way not to have commercials on at least our side of the television in the lobby? We already live here. It's our home, and we would rather not be advertised to.
That is a fair request. Yes, we can change the PowerPoint that's on the screen and just include pictures of the facility itself.
So I don't really have much to share. Like Abby said, we do have 23 vacant apartments. I know the 2nd and the 4th floor have the most vacant apartments, so I am working on it. I am trying to get you new neighbors. Like she said, she is working on incentives. And I really hope we do get the ones for you guys, because you guys are the ones that get the most people in here. So I really do appreciate that. Other than that, I don't have much to say. The only thing, I did put the apple barrels in the library. So I don't know if you guys have seen them. It wasn't a big binder, and it was hard for you guys to look at. So we did move them to 3 different binders, and you guys should be able to better take a look at them. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Skipping over me. Hola, how's everybody doing today? Good, good. I don't really have much of announcements, but I'll open up if anyone has any questions before I start, anything that's on your mind other than parking. So I'll go ahead and reprint another one. I seen the door drop that went out. It was looks like it was sitting out in the sun for 10 years. I couldn't read it. So with a clearer map, I'll put one out tonight so you can see it. The map does show pretty clear where you'll be. I would say about 98% of you are not in that area at all. So we put it out mostly for staff, but of course we want to let everybody know the area will be blocked. But most of you won't even have to move your car. And Mike will go over that in detail with you. But I'll send a map out that actually doesn't look like it was sitting in the sun for 10 years. Her question was, do we send the door drop only to people that have a car? No, we try to put it on everyone's door. Oh, she didn't get anything. Okay, well, we'll try to get one on everyone's door tonight, but she don't even need it. Okay, she's like, I don't got a car. All right. So Carrie Lee asked me to point out, so if you can kind of picture what the parking lot looks this way past Wellness, it's that big brown compactor, aka that big old dumpster and trash can. From there, if you walk towards the healthcare center, that area where the generator and all those supplies are is where they're going to be working. So mostly nobody parks back there, except for like Mike, because Mike likes tools and stuff like that. So, but the rest of us mostly park this way. But it's good for you to know because that area is going to be blocked from the dumpster this way. But most of you can still come in and just go back out that way. Anyone that's stuck on the other side, Mike's going to have that open so you can go out that way too. So he's going to accommodate it. They won't be here all day, but you know, we want to prepare and make sure that we don't have any hiccups and mostly the crane doesn't drop something on your car. We don't want that insurance claim. I can tell you that right now. Okay, any other questions? All right, the couple announcements that I have is I have some stuff from Christine I'll read. She left me like a 10-page binder to read to you, so I'll get as close as I can. But one is for transportation. Do you know Gilbert Cadena, the driver? Have you met Gil? For those of you that are familiar with Gil, Gil's actually going to be retiring in March. So the beginning of March, he'll be gone. So here in a couple weeks, he's actually going to retire from the workforce. Him and his wife are retiring on the same day. So they're leaving us at the same time, walking into the sunset together. We do have Gil's replacement starting today. He's in what we call our orientation, is where we train the staff to be orientated with us. So his name is John Perry. He'll be starting. He'll be replacing Gil, even though nobody can replace Gil, if you know Gil. All right, so if you see Gil, just wish him all the best on his retirement. Question? You're good. Her question was, how are they going to remove the front doors? I definitely don't know exactly how to do it, but I can pretty much tell you how they're going to do it. The doors are built in a way that they actually slip in and out. So once they start removing the thresholds on the bottom, they actually have these brackets that wrap around them. They'll just literally pop out some screws and you can almost push it out. So when they're working on it, it'll be like this big open area and they'll actually have stuff pre-made to actually slap it back in. Sounds a little easier, but that's the way it works. It actually is a remove and replace kind of job. So the people that are putting them have a good way of doing it. It's almost like putting in a window where you pull out the window and slide it in. That's the same thing with those doors in the front. It just has a motor on it. Oh, she said that she's seen someone out there new cleaning the garden. So Mike has a handful of people on his team. So he has a gentleman by the name of Clayton that's part of the maintenance team that has been coming outside and helping Eugene clean up and stuff like that. So yeah, he's been helping. He loves gardening. He's very interested in learning. So you'll probably see him out there cleaning up, and you can tell that he actually cleared out a good area for spring. They've been planting some winter bulbs and stuff like that. So his name is Clayton. It looks really nice. Clayton's doing good. So if you see Clayton, tell him keep it up. We'll call him Baby David until he matures, okay? Until he matures. She asked if Christine from Activity said anything about the Amazon trip. Unfortunately, we did have to cancel. She didn't put it in here. So the way we had it planned is I was going to drive the minibus and she was going to drive that Sprinter, that Dodge Ram. Unfortunately, the minibus, we were lending it out to one of our sister companies and the motor seized on them. So the vehicle actually just got towed to our mechanic this morning. So they'll be looking at it. So, you know, the silver lining is maybe we'll get a new motor in the minibus. So we had to cancel it because we weren't able to take everyone that signed up. So she was trying to find something else that we can do in the meantime. But hopefully we'll get that up and running pretty soon. She's saying in the lobby area, even though it's cold right now, not too many people are sitting down there. When it warms up, it would be nice to have more seating in the lobby area. So that is something I know they're working on. I think they want to replace the chairs that they removed against the wall and put some there for you. So I know that's something they want to add. When they stripped a lot of this stuff away, they didn't put everything back. So we'll have to add that on there. So yes, we'll get you some more seating out there. Do you mean in between the doors? Oh, the two chairs that are there? Yeah, we can get you something there. Do you mean the breezeway area in between the glass doors? Oh, okay, yes. So, yeah, we'll get some doors, or some doors. Once we get some doors in there, we'll get you some chairs in there too. So yes, we'll get you some chairs in there. Maybe in the meantime, we can throw a couple folding chairs or something out there for you so you have something to sit on, okay? Okay. You're welcome. So her question was regarding to David, the old grounds person, if he can be rehired, even if not for grounds, for something else. That's not something I'll really top on because I'm not the head of gardening, so I don't really want to go on that. That's not my department or the choices I would make. So we'll leave it up to the guy that actually makes those choices and run that department, which is our friend Michael over here. You're most welcome. All right, guys, if you need anything, just go see Perla. She's open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. All right? Okay. God bless you all, okay? Have a good one.
Have you been to Colorado lately? We have more snow than they do. I really felt betrayed because I came down here because it's not snowing down here. But actually up in Edgewood, we've got about, for the year, we've probably had about 22. Yeah. So we've had a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow, some ice. All right, we're going to start with the front doors. Front doors are planned to be double openers, so you'll have the doorway is going to split right in the middle and open up. Basically, it's going to be set up just like it is right now. We'll have security on the inside, and they'll be able to come in on the outside. At night, we might change it up so that we can't get vagrants in there. So it might be something that we'll deal with. We'll have to see how it functions. It's a little bit different having 4 doors that you can control versus just 2. So we'll see what works the best for that. Thresholds are probably going to be about the same. The height is going to be about the same. They are going to have to cut some of the ceiling out to make it accessible. On the outside, the overhead ceiling hangs down a little low. So they're going to have to work on that to have access to install it, but it'll all be fixed and repaired. Romo promised he would take care of that. So we'll see what else happens. The next thing is the generator parking. Most of the parking is not going to affect any of you, just like Mark has spoken already. It's the area out back, directly north of the building. Everybody knows where the generator exists right now, and then we have the white one that sits out there. It's that transition place from the corner of the building over to the overhang where the ambulances come to pick people up. We're shutting it all off. When you have a crane that's about 80 feet long, it's a 70-ton crane. It's going to take a little bit of room. We've got several other things that are going to be moved. There's about 5 items that's going to get picked up and sat down again, maybe 6. Not going to really affect the main parking lot at all. However, you will not be able to go from the resident parking lot to San Mateo exit. That just isn't going to, there's not going to be any room. So for us doing that, we're going to open up the San Mateo gate. So if we have an ambulance that has to come in, pick people up over there, they're going to have access to pick people up. It's not going to be close enough in case we drop something. No, it'll be fine. It's far enough away. We've got a couple of sheds that are out there as well. It's really in a controlled area. We're controlling all the parking in the. Just about everything's going to be out of the way for us because we're going to start blocking all that stuff off probably tomorrow morning. Residents, you guys don't park back there. Almost all of our staff sometime park back there, but most of the time there's only a couple of them. And so we'll get with them and we'll have their cars moved and everything. It'll all work just fine. So do we have any more questions about the parking for back there?
Isn't it just 2 days?
We're going to start setting up tomorrow, and the event is going to happen on the 11th, which is Wednesday. The crane will arrive about 7 o'clock. but we will be prepared for them because anytime you hire a crane time is money.
Yeah, right.
And
right.
so we will be prepared for him when he gets here, which means our due diligence starts the day before.
Right.
Wednesday, February the 11th, it's a cold winter day out here. In fact, it's so cold Mike is still wearing his little boy's pants. But we got a crane over here. We're going to set a generator that's sitting in front of me, a new generator, replacing the one here to the left. You notice in modern technology and requirements, this new generator is all in-house. And the reason for that is to suppress the sound so that it's not a disturbance environmentally.
A second thing, I just want to thank you for the gate at the parking lot working. That was wonderful. We really appreciate it.
The young man that's standing back there, he goes by Brian. He plays with your TVs as well. He's the one that went out and finally figured out what was going on with it, and he fixed it.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. The question is, will David be able to reapply for the gardening position? If the position is available, then David will be able to reply. That's what Abby has told me, and that's what we'll go by. Do we have, I mean, does everybody hear what I'm saying? I know everybody loves David. David's a good guy. He spoiled us. He spoiled us rotten. So we'll see what happens. If it's in the cards, it'll happen. If it's not, then it won't. Okay? No, it stays out back. We have to be able to put fuel in it, so it's a little bit easier. No, it stays in the back. The new one that we've got is a lot quieter than the old one. And we can get parts for it. All right, so the next project after the generator happens to be the one that you guys love in the summertime, which is our cooling tower. Cooling tower is going to take approximately a month and a half for us to refurbish. So we're literally going to be tearing it completely apart. It's been up there for 22 years, is what Stacy said. And it's never been, the baffles in it have never been taken out. So we're not sure what we're going to find. However, the equipment that they put up there was oversized for our building. So in other words, when it runs, it doesn't work itself to death. It just cruises. That's all it does. So it's more than adequate for what we need. And I believe, considering the fact how many times I've crawled all over it, the unit is in very good shape. There's a couple variables that we have with it, but we'll deal with those as they come. And we have all the parts. All the parts were brought in for us already. We've got the new pump. The media is the only thing that we're going to probably have to redesign or have a different style put in it. Yes, the gate is working. How's everybody getting along with it? Now, I know everybody's just happy it goes in and out. But how's the timing on it? Is it too fast, too slow? Those will probably be the nitty-gritties that we'll start talking about a little bit. I think Brian can speed it up, and he can certainly slow it down. And there's a few other things that we've got some few things that we're going to have to work with.
Don't touch it, Brian.
Now, you do know that since you guys are all so used to it not working every now and then, I will have a switch so one of you can shut it off so we can pretend it's not working. It's nice to have the gate working. Potholes in the parking lot, I've got asphalt been purchased already. So we're going to work on some of the edges, some of the ones closest to the ramp so that the ramp is a little bit safer. And let's see, I think they're going to try to do that on Wednesday. They'll be working on it probably Wednesday morning, maybe mid-afternoon. It's been getting warm outside, so the asphalt's been warming up a little bit early. Then the other project that we've got that's been waiting is the fence pickets over here. And that's probably going to be next week. It may be next week. It may be the last week of this month. So other than that, that's all I've got. Do we have any questions?
I and numerous other people have been extremely bothered by the leaf blowers. They're so loud, and they make the user deaf, and they cough up dust into the air. And I'm wondering if there can be some other method. They've used to have Gino rake, for example, and that's one option, and sweeping is another. There's other options besides leaf blowers. I understand that there's noise sometimes because of the grass cutting, but the leaf blowers is a different issue from grass cutting, I think. Thank you.
That's one of the things that the guys have the tools that are available to them, and I'm going to let them do what they feel they need to do when it comes to that stuff. They do have earmuffs, though, and we can have them slow it down. which should quiet it down some. We will work on what we've got to do, and if they, the guys were told that if they didn't mind the cars a little bit better, that they would be out there with a bucket and a rag washing cars. Well, I saw the dust and it was like, oh no. I wouldn't like that on my vehicle, so. But no, they have been spoken to. Mm-hmm.
But are we going to have both a standard TV and the other channel? But right now, both are working because I can take it from both. You know, on the TV stations.
Brian?
Oh,
I
right.
don't know what TV stations you guys have. I don't.
No,
work
I
on
mean
that.
like a standard TV, which is where they were trying to install, or the other one, which was a Comanche.
Are you meaning changing from DirecTV?
Do we have both?
Right, no. Well, technically, yes, we have both.
That's what I mean.
But right now, DirecTV is still what we have through Pure Health. The other one is actually leftovers. That's what you're on.
Okay.
Our goal is still to get rid of DirecTV. So I talked with
Get rid of it?
get rid of it and go back to what we used to have.
Oh, yeah, which is whatever the name is.
So I did talk to Kevin about that while he was here last week. He is working on actually canceling our contract with DirecTV, but that is going to take some time and some finagling because we're in a contract.
Okay. And then you will switch
Then we'll switch over.
all our TVs to
Yes,
the other.
essentially.
Okay. Thank
That system that you set up. I think it is really helpful to have an option to ask heads of department what's going on, hear their response, ask any question we have, and I just admire that very much, and I want to affirm you for it.
We all like that feedback because that tells us everything that we need to know. We're doing our jobs and we're doing okay. Sometimes it's not okay. Sometimes there's issues, but you grow with it all. So we appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Go back to the TV. Being a visually impaired person, I had, before we moved here with Comcast, they had the remotes that you could talk to change channels. When Direct came in, I could do that. I don't have Direct now. I have no way. I've learned 2 of the channels. Is there any way we can get back to having the remotes that you can speak to?
I'm not sure exactly what remotes Comcast has available, but I'm sure that they've probably got one that can be spoken to.
They have a disability unit. They will bring, there's no charge for it. They'll bring it out. But I haven't done anything because I wasn't sure which way we were going with it.
Well, I believe that the efforts are going to be to return to Comcast. So at that point in time, we should be able to take advantage of that service that they have.
Thank you, sir.
The question was, has the problems with Comcast been resolved? I'm going to say that there's problems with both of them. And I think as we choose the one that we're going to go to, which is Comcast, we'll work all the bugs out. Doesn't mean that there won't be some bugs, but I think it'll be better. I think it'll be a lot better because just about every one of the boxes that are in the apartments now are all outdated. And so they'll be updating with new equipment. Everything will be renewed. It should be better. We hope.
Well, DirecTV had some features that are very, very useful. You can pause, you can rewind, you can record. Is that going to be available?
That I can't tell you because I don't know what platform it is that they're going to choose. But
I find that very important. I'd be sorry to lose that.
Well, I would agree because being able to pause your programs and stuff like that are some of the things that you have access to when you're in a streaming issue, which is what DirecTV was.
So to go off that question, so when I talked to Kevin, we kind of talked through the debacle of putting DirecTV down without really having a discussion with myself or Mark or Brian. So before we do anything different with the TV, the three of us plus the individual that they're wanting to bring in are going to have a conversation of what we need in the actual system. So we will talk about having that as well as the disability remote, so that way we can bring all of that into the discussion. So we'll talk about the pausing and the recording and stuff like that.
Did you talk about the elevators, or did I miss that?
TK Elevator is the company that we are under contract with right now to take care of our elevators. I have had a request in to repair the number 2 elevator for 3 weeks now. The only answer I get when I call their office to find status is, we'll get to it when we can. That in and of itself is a breach of contract according to the way it's written and the way it's all set up. They're supposed to be here on the same day the request has been made, according to their contract we had to sign. However, TK has a lot of stuff. They wrote their contract well, and it's a hard one to break. So I've got a feeling they're going to turn, they've requested everything that we have dealt with. As we deal with them from here on out, we document everything. Dates, times, who we talked to, what results we received, all that stuff, so that we can actually probably end up in front of a judge saying they didn't fulfill their end. However, I don't know how all that's going to work. I know that we are seeking other elevator companies at the present time to come in and take care of our needs as they come up. We have to pay for them when they do the services. Yes, ma'am.
Referring to the question on the leaf blowers, not only is it the dirt problem, but you said they use the equipment that's available. Well, the rakes have always been available.
The rakes have been always been available. They are.
Can't you ask them to use the rakes instead of the leaf blowers?
And they have.
Okay, thank you.
They don't use just the blowers, primarily because they got to pick them up. Now, we do have a billy goat. Billy goat is a vacuum for outside, and they've used it a lot as well.
Okay.
So, but they're using the rakes. It's not, trees in New Mexico don't seem to drop their leaves as readily as the ones in Colorado.
Well, I'm a broken record about the elevator. I was one of the people that got stuck in the elevator last week. And so that raises my sensitivity just a bit to the number 2 elevator. I hear what you're saying about the contract and how much we have to pay. My concern is when we shut down the number 1 elevator for a move in or a move out, there is no other option. And so then the number 2 elevator goes back into service, which is what happened the day that 3 of us got stuck. It's just a concern.
That was not handled the way I expressed to them that I wanted it handled. The elevator has several options in which it functions. One of them is a keyed switch, which allows us to put it in automation. I basically wanted one of our maintenance guys running the elevator. He opens it up, you guys get on, and he takes you down. It doesn't hiccup when it's in that mode. But however, we had so much going on, that's how we got that, that's how that happened. But yes, the next go around when we have another move in, somebody will be taking you guys up and down on the number 2 elevator.
Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't want to have to figure out how to get pizza to the 2nd elevator.
Will this guy be wearing one of those hats?
I'm tempted.
Okay, I just want to know.
With elevators come a lot of federal regulations. By all rights, we're not even allowed to open the doors. But we're not going to leave you in the elevator. And that's if anything, we would come down and join you. If we couldn't get you out, we would come down and join you. That's kind of the way that we would look at that. And it's frustrating. It's very frustrating because it is a very important, it's a very vital part of the building, going up and down. And so know that it's not something we take lightly. We understand that it's scary. So we'll handle it different next time. Because the elevator knows exactly what it's supposed to do. We're having problems with one of the automation sensors. And it's between 6 and 5. It's kind of losing its mind. It gets lost is what really happens to it. I don't know how to explain it any other way other than elevator get lost in the same shaft it goes up and down in.
Don't throw away your telephone books. We want them to be shredded. Okay, directories. Telephone books. Okay, all right. Whatever it is, don't throw it in the trash. When you get up of a morning and you look in the mirror, smile at yourself and you'll have a good day. Remember, I have this piece of paper. The top half is someone that wants to be secretary. The bottom half is nominating committee. I need 3 people. And you're going to keep hearing me say this for a long time. Thank you for coming. I do appreciate you coming, and I appreciate you being concerned about what goes on here. Thank you so very much. Well,
Excuse me, I just had a comment, which may be totally wrong, but I mean the idea. But I've been secretary of different boards, so I know something about listening and writing at the same time. Now there are devices, and I don't know how good they are now, but certainly better than probably when I was doing it. Anyway, devices where they would pick up all the questions or all the comments from whomever. And that way it's much easier to write up the minutes than if you have to take them as Carrie does while a person's talking.
do I hear someone saying she'll be the secretary? Thank you for coming. We appreciate you being here.